Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I am, of course, your West Coast casting master and game disaster, Sleepy with 2-3. My co-caster, Silent, has stepped away for this one, so this will be a solo cast, but tonight we're looking at Season 6, Week 9 matchup between Danglers and Blaze. So we have already gotten our lobby information. I'm already sitting in the lobby with some of the members of Danglers, but we are waiting for Blaze to make their arrival. So once I have my information, I will get that stuff to you as quickly as possible. Now I'm just gonna kind of myself set up here, a little bit of a daze here as I am casting the second match back to back from the one that we just wrapped up, which was the Hands of Death versus Magnificent Bastards. Magnificent Bastards taking that map over, or that match overall, but the Hand of Death, for a new team, they are really doing well for themselves. I think they put up a great fight against a team who's pretty well seasoned now with 3 or 4 seasons in. So again, we are just kind of taking a look at we're just taking a look at some map flyover right now, but once we get the other members of the other teams in, that will change, of course.
That's what you want. Hey, how's your new headset? You like it?
Not so bad.
Not so bad.
It's the same headset as my other one, because I had the wired Corsair. This is pretty much the exact same thing, except wireless.
Alright, so we're still waiting on our lobby to build here. It's going to be partly my fault, as I did ask teams to give me some time to try and revert back to version 1.3, as that'll be the version we're playing on here tonight. But also, I just needed a little bit of a break, to be honest with you. Yeah, but I actually was able to get reverted and get in a lot quicker than I thought, so I'm hoping we can get a quick start time going here. We'll see what we can do to get that rushed along just a little bit for our guys here in OBS, or I'm not, sorry, not in OBS, in the Discord. So I'm gonna
in cryo with me in operations.
Gonna do a little bit of some searching here. So pardon me while I take a quick step away from the mic and try and locate these other members of the teams.
10-minute break?
The time. You guys.
There he is.
There he is. Hurry the fuck up.
Oh, that's
Sleepy.
sleepy.
It's Sleepy.
We thought
We're waiting on fucking. We're waiting on these
Blaze.
motherfuckers.
They told him there's a 15-minute break.
Who
I was
told us
just-
a 15-minute break?
We did.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, can't get mad at that when we did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bad man.
Gotcha. Okay.
Bad man. I was just in a lobby. I told them the password and everything. They just sort of ignored it. Here.
See,
Don't worry.
Good thing we didn't tell that guy about our cheats.
Mute yourself. This boy.
I'll get louder if you don't give me money.
Take him.
No, wait.
Get him out. No.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've been trying to round up the members of Blaze to let them know that this is.
Plan, boys. We're gonna spawn here. I'm gonna run through here. I'm gonna cap right there.
I'm gonna mute this desktop audio so that you can see. Don't have to hear my boys. Hey, bud. Bizarre is your map ban? Okay, so we do have our map bans now for. We do have our map bans now for the round. So we're going to be looking at a ban on Tanker coming out from. Wait, no. I'm sorry. Disregard that, please. We're not looking at ban on Tanker. We are looking at bans on Bizarre from Blaze. They are banning that against Danglers, and Danglers are going to ban Cargo versus Blaze. And they have rehosted the lobby because originally Danglers appeared they were going to take Bizarre as their map pick, but no longer. So give me just a moment while I get this lobby ready. And we should be getting into the action here at any moment now. For those of you who are tuning back in with us, I really appreciate you coming on back. Again, this will be a doubly juicy game here. Of course, you got G-Men Phoenix running on Onward Master League 2. We're just waiting on the game to get set up now. There it is. It looks like the lobby's been readied for us, so we will begin in a moment's time. Sticking with me, it is a little bit harder to cast these games back to back like this. Obviously, just using one channel, we are getting it done. Wait just a moment as I load into the lobby here to find out what the actual map pick will be for map number 1. Okay, so it looks like Danglers are going to pick Quarantine 1 for their first map. This should be a good matchup here, and we will be getting into the action quite quickly, hopefully, as the game will be starting pretty soon as it was scheduled to go. While I get things set up on my end, why don't we give you guys an intro as to what... Man, my brain is fried here, ladies and gentlemen, from running that first cast and then this one, but I'll give you a little quick run-through of what Quarantine has to offer. this one run through. Here's a good look at Bazaar, a map that's not going to be played tonight. Sorry about that, but yeah. So the teams are now in the tent. All teams are here and ready. So we're going to take a look at Quarantine. There we go. So as you can see from your screens, we have Riboman, Llewellyn, Stumpy Nub, Nintendo, and Plenus representing the Danglers this evening. Meanwhile, on Blaze, you have Tool to Game, Noman, Naoko, Prefontaine, and Verds. And again, we will be battling this first one out on Q1. So should be a good round to get started with here. I think Danglers originally were wanting to take it to Bazaar first, but those sneaky, cheeky Blaze members decided they were going to ban Bazaar instead. So we're going to see Q1 first. Should be a good matchup. Should be a good round overall. And yeah, we should be getting into it here at any moment. So while we... And of course, thank you to those who have come back over to this stream from the G-Men Phoenix game. I don't really know what's going on over there right now, but I'm hoping it's a good matchup. I heard the first map was a bit of a blowout, but and it looks like here we go. We're into map number 1, round number 1 here on Bazaar, and yowza, that's a heck of a camera jerk. Gonna have a center burning objective here in the middle. Blaze on defense, Danglers on offense, and they're gonna spawn over in the north crater.
He went that way, he's bad man.
Danglers playing it very hard on the northern side. You can see Blaze trying to get men over there to rotate. Danglers better be pretty aware of what's going on here very quickly, because if not, it's going to cause some trouble for them, and I'm hitting all the wrong cameras. Shots coming out from Naoko, but they're not going to connect with anyone. The members of Blaze are now going to push their way up. Omen is going to be able to grab Plenus from behind the white truck. Verd's going to grab Stumpy Nub very quickly. Llewellyn should see Noman, but he's unable to connect as well. And already Blaze have taken down 3 members of the Danglers. This does not look good for the first round here for Danglers. Have now been somewhat roped into being stuck in the north. We've got Naoko, who's going to try and go on a hard push to try and take down those members, and he's going to find Riboman little to no opposition. Now it's just going to be one member, Nintendo, all by himself against all 5 members of Blaze, who are on a very aggressive flank to try and catch him. And Naoko does, in fact, catch him, and he's going to take out Nintendo and pretty much the entire team of Danglers, and they're going to give Blaze that first point. So as we take a look here on the in-between rounds scoreboard, Danglers not able to catch even a single member of Blaze out. Blaze gonna take all 5 without losing a single member. Noman picking up 2, Naoko picking up 2, and Verds with 1 himself. Not looking good for Danglers here on round number 1, but it's very early in the game, so it's still anybody's game here. And then it looks like the players utilizing their full time in the tent. Round should be starting here, though, in about 5 seconds, so we'll wait on that timer, and no one's going to delay that auto start. We're going to be going into round number 2 of map number 1. Now Danglers on the defense. Let's see if they're able to hold this objective as cleanly as Blaze could. Right, and as the teams make their way out of their spawn positions, it looks like Blaze, the Marsoc team, is going to have the quick spawn in the north. We're going to have some action popping up pretty quickly here on the ridgeline. As Stumpy Nub awaits Naoko to peek. No, Nintendo's going to find Naoko, and Noman's going to be looking for it. And he does find it. Noman taking down Nintendo. Stumpy Nub going to get a little risky here. Prefontaine takes down Plenus. Luella grabs Too Old. Noman grabs and finishes Nintendo, and Stumpy able to finish off Noman. So now it is now just a 2v3 already, and we're already 30 seconds in. The great thing about this match is we should have very few, very slow rounds, as both teams very aggressive. They play very, very strongly when they play fast. When both of these teams slow things up, they both tend to kind of falter and stumble a little bit. So the faster we see the plays here, the more skilled we're probably going to see come out from these players, because both teams seem to do better when they're just kind of flying loose, flying off the handle, and just playing it very tough. Stumpy Nub aware of Prefontaine's position here. He's not going to pull a grenade or anything because he knows the moment that he does, Prefontaine going to take the initiative to come around the corner. Now Stumpy Nub and Prefontaine get into it. Stumpy's going to get the pick, and he's going to rotate back as Verge tries to pick up the refrag on Stumpy. Stumpy's now rotated his way back to the objective. They know they have one man left. All they have to do is defend the objective position, and they've got things locked up for this round. And Llewellyn does find Verge, and that gives the Danglers their first point in this map. They were not happy about losing that first one, and it sure shows as they go on to take the second round and go up 1-1 here in map number 1. A lot of ones there, isn't it? So again, if you are just tuning in with us, this is Danglers versus Blaze Onward Season 6 Week 9 action here on Onward Master League 1. We do have another game currently running, or currently finishing up, I guess I should say, on Onward Master League 2 with Nightfire and Buxton, the velvet voice of Onward, casting that one. But I'm here, Sleepy with 2 threes, giving you that West Coast casting action here on tonight's game. Of course, I'm glad to see all of you guys showing up here in the... So much for an unbiased cast. Haha, MA. I do my best to remain as level as possible. Anyways, I want to thank you guys all for tuning in tonight, of course. We do appreciate your viewership, and I think this is definitely going to be a game worth watching, in my opinion. I think both teams do really well, and I'm glad to see Blaze now climbing up and facing these top-tier teams, because that's going to be the real test for them as they want to improve and climb the ladder to qualify for the championship rounds or LAN events and things in the future. So all in all, a really good bout that we've got lined up today. So I'm hoping to see some great action. And of course, don't forget to clip any moments that you see going down here tonight, because that is exactly what we need. We need that for recap shows and highlights to go back on later. So we do appreciate anybody who is able to do that for us also. But anyways, without further ado, we're going to head into the next round, which will be round number 3 for map number 1 here on Quarantine. Before the teams get rocking here, we do see that we have an Eastern Tank Courtyard objective, a very tough objective to defend if the attackers play their cards right. Danglers getting the northern spawn in the west, and they're going to spread out kind of all the way up and down the map. North side is pretty uncontested. We do have Verds making a rotation around to the north red roofs, but Not sure if that will have much effect if the Danglers are able to position for the refrag. A lot of shots coming out in the north, or in the middle of the playfield as well. I'm sorry about that, guys. My camera angles I thought were all memorized, but they might not be. A lot of shots coming in from the center of the map portion as well. Some smoke's going to come out there from the gas station. We see Llewellyn popping some smokes to give himself an ability to cross on the south. He's going to get met, though, pretty quickly by Prefontaine. Oh, but he makes it safely behind the building. Prefontaine's going to continue his push. Birds is going to be able to grab Stumpy Nub on the northern side of the map, and we have ourselves a bit of a match here. Fontaine giving callouts to his team. He has seen Llewellyn cross in the south, but he is unaware of his exact position. Riboman going to try and grab Verds. Not sure if he's going to have the angle on it, though. Him and Nintendo are doing their best to try and get caught up in sync with the rest of the Danglers team. But Riboman going to be able to actually down Noman on the roof with a pretty awesome grenade there. Bird's going to do what he can to get himself up to the roof and get his teammate back up. That it will be a very important position for them to be able to maintain. Will Nintendo see the push onto the roof? The Llewellyn finds Prefontaine in the south, and there's a gunfight in the north as Verds and Nintendo fight it out. Verds, though, gonna be able to save himself. Noman and Verds now both alive on the rooftop, but their south objective has been compromised. Linus is on the objective. He gets in a firefight with Verds, and Noman is able to pick up Llewellyn as well, so it's now up to the two Danglers up on the northern side. Riboman's going to find one, but Noman's going to get the quick refrag. It's now all on Nintendo's shoulders to clutch this out for the Danglers, and just like his name implies, Nintendo, or Clutch Tendo as he's known around the Danglers world, doing what he can. It's now a 1v1. Not too sure if he's aware of that, simply because some of the callouts might not have been able to come in time for him to calculate the remaining fighters. Naoko going to position himself directly on top of the objective. He is not going to let anyone compromise this. Now Naoko getting a bit antsy on the objective, but that's to be expected, as anytime you see a player 1v-Xing anything as the last defender, you've got to get a little antsy. If anything, you've got to throw yourself at the offensive team to try and make sure that they don't get that 2-point cap. Naoko, though, is in a good position if Nintendo is not careful to be able to get the pick and end the round and give it to Blaze. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in the round, and Nintendo is slowly and methodically pushing his way up now as the last member of Danglers, trying to get to the cap. Naoko's going to see Nintendo. Nintendo's going to see him, but Blaze going to take the round with a quite impressive trade there. Naoko going to take the win on that one. Blaze coming out on fire here in the first map. They are up 2-1 here against the Danglers. Noman getting an impressive 5 kills within the first 2 rounds. Naoko also picking up 3, and Verds grabbing 3. Meanwhile, on the Danglers, the kills a little bit more evenly spread, but not quite as impressive as the Blaze team. Llewellyn has 3, Nintendo with 3, Stumpy grabbing 2, and Nintendo and Rival both grabbing 1. So overall, it's pretty well spread between both teams, but Blaze definitely pulling out in the lead right now. Hopefully, Danglers can pull something together and bring it back against Blaze here. check in on the teams here, and of course, as we do, we get down to the end of the auto start timer, so we'll be getting going here in just a few seconds. And we'll be entering into round number 4. Map 1 here in Quarantine. Plinus giving Stumpy some advice, telling him that Blaze knows where he likes to play his position on defense here for this objective. And probably some advice Stumpy Nub should take. Blaze going to be on their offensive run here, and they are starting out in the northwestern spawn as well. They're going to run pretty similarly to how the Danglers began their round. They're going to send 3 north, one of which being kind of more central than north, but shots already going out on the south there. What looks like Prefontaine is going to be pushed up into the center burning. He and Stumpy Nub are going to run into each other here pretty soon if Too Old to Game doesn't grab him first. A nice grenade comes out, but it gets clipped by the building and it's not going to do anything. Meanwhile, in the north, Riboman able to take down 1. He's probably going to get the refrag by Verds. Verds is looking, he knows where the shots came from, but he is going to try and get a little bit closer before Riboman able to hear him. Ribo's going to hear the rush, but Verds still able to capitalize on the shots, and now they have taken control of the north side, which is not going to be good for the Danglers as they try and defend this very crucial objective. Wow, and Prefontaine able to pick up Stumpy Nub there in the center burning courtyard. It is now 3v4 as Blaze continues their push onto the objective. Linus giving some good call-outs, letting his teammates know that none of the attackers are in the south, and he would be right about that. They are only in the center, but now we're seeing a smorgasbord of smokes coming out from Blaze as they attempt to push their way up to the objective. How will things go for them, and will Danglers be able to stop this attack rush and stop this momentum that Blaze has been able to build? Linus is going to be able to grab Too Old there. Naoko and Nintendo going to get into a bit of a firefight back and forth between the hilltop and the far eastern objective building. Prefontaine going to try and get his way in, but Plinus going to toss a smoke. He's going to come around and grab Prefontaine, and Danglers are going to go up 3-2 as the last 2 members of Blaze try and coordinate their push here. Do think it will be tough for them, considering that they have used quite a bit of their utility on that last push for it to only be kind of shut down by the Danglers. However, nothing is impossible here in the Onward Master League, and we could be seeing a nice momentum ride for Blaze as they try and put their 3rd point on the board for this map. Naoko repositioning himself now. He's going to try and come in from the far northern route. Got to be very careful, though, as the Danglers do have kind of a last man reserved back there in the east who should have a good sight line on it. Definitely needs to get himself into a position closer to the objective so that he's more in coordination with Verds, so that if Verds was to make a push, Naoko is able to back him up quickly and not still be in transit when he gets battle. Ooh, Naoko able to take down the Weller. However, it is going to give his position away. Nintendo going to be focused now on this side. Plinus still on the objective, and he and Verds are going to be making acquaintances with each other right quickly. Plinus going to grab Verds, and now it's all left to Naoko as he tries to go up against the Danglers defense here at the east building objective. Oko hitting the deck rather fast. Nintendo, though, able to get the headshot, and they're going to secure the 2nd point for Danglers here on Quarantine. And Plinus with a little impromptu song there as he brings the good cheer and the good spirit here into Danglers game. Wow, what a great matchup so far. We're seeing both teams really playing well here. Amazing that that Blaze just, I mean, we've always known, and any member of Blaze and anyone out there who's watched us cast, they know how much I love the guys over at Blaze. I love what they've been able to accomplish over the seasons, or over the 1.5 seasons that they've basically been together and playing. So, you know, there's no hard feelings here. I actually wanted to cast this because both teams wanted it cast, but also, you know, they gave me permission to cast it as a member of Danglers. So, you know, I wanted this game to have some coverage. I think it's going to be a really good one, and as we've seen so far, it has been just trading blows here. Also, a shout out to Landon there in the chat. Hi, Landon. I do see your message, and Beefy, thank you for putting him on notice, letting him know that I am working, and I'm trying to give everyone the best dang gameplay we can see. Oh, we should be getting into this next round here very, very shortly. Auto timer has begun to tick, and we're going to enter into round number 5 here on map number 1. It's a tie game, Danglers 2 to Blaze's 2, and now Blaze on the defense. And what in the world? Oh, it was a smoke. Okay, it looked like it came from the fuselage of the airplane there, so I was a little confused. Looks like Blaze going to try and get a couple of members south. See how that works out for them. The smoke placement a little subpar. There is quite a large gap there. Naoko not going to have much luck getting that frag over the wall. It is going to bounce. But it does appear that Too Old sees the cross from the Danglers going north, and he's able to pick up Nintendo with a beautiful headshot. Birds in the roof courtyard. He's also going to be able to see a little bit of positions. He takes some shots. Unfortunately, not able to connect. Danglers will have to do what they can to this push alive. Blaze doing a great job so far of being able to shut down the Danglers push. Riboman, though, he's going to pick up one. He's going to pick up Too Old in the tank courtyard, I believe that was. That's going to help them out, as it's going to lessen the defensive coverage that Blaze is able to provide. Taking up position in the north red roofs area. He's looking for that Danglers push into the north. Or if the Danglers are going to continue pushing hard north, it looks like they've kind of changed their tactics a little bit, and they're going to try and go kind of through the center northern part of the map, kind of just closer to that northern street than they are to push all the way up into very open areas that is the northern part of this map. When I'm watching you, Asterban, Dapper Dan, better do well, or I'm gonna roast you for it in the next cast. A frag does come out from the Danglers into the roof courtyard, but it is not going to get anyone, unfortunately. The Danglers are still continuing their push here through kind of the center northern section of the map. They've got all 4 members remaining up and together. The refrag potential is high, but it will depend, of course, on the position that the fragger comes from. Sorry to everyone in advance if my camera angles are a little subpar or if my camera angles are a little jerky. I'm going through the endurance test today with this back-to-back cast. Don't have anyone else to help me alleviate the commentary. Anglers team making a slow, methodical push here in the north. They already know that they've been somewhat compromised on their initial cross, but they're going to try and do what they can to make things work. Blaze, take a look at the map, have a pretty solid defense. The 2 guys in the north may be a little bit far back. They might want to position themselves a little bit more forward in the north to try and stop it before they can reach roof, but you know, only time will tell, and what things look like on the map don't necessarily tell what they're going to see, their sight lines and their angles of action. Though need to find some real estate here as they're running up on the 2.5 minute mark, and they are not going to want to have to attack this no time left. They need that time to be able to adapt in case anything were to go wrong. Malco grabbing himself a rather nice position here on the ambulance, and it is going to pay off. He's going to grab Stumpy Nub with a beautiful headshot. He already got him. He already killed him, but he's not going to take any chances. He's going to go ahead and go for the double tap, and that is going to take Danglers down to only 3 members left as they attempt to push on this center objective.
I hear smoke coming by Martel.
Riboman now putting himself in trouble with Naoko as he takes that northern ridge line. And Llewellyn able to get Naoko through the penetration of the ambulance. He is now down and out, leaving Blaze now with only 3 members. And only one of those Blaze members is on the objective. If Danglers were to know this, I have a feeling we'd be seeing a very strong push in on the objective right now. Verds and I believe that's Noman still up in the north. They still have no idea what's going on. I believe they still suspect somebody coming through the northern side. Now Verds is going to finally rotate around as he hears the smokes coming in. I think that was a frag from Riboman, but it's just got too much juice on it. Linus is going to see the rotation from Verds. He's not going to make connection. Riboman's going to try and get in, but Prefontaine's going to grab him. Llewellyn's going to get Verds, and Prefontaine is going to grab Llewellyn on the refrag. Linus going to push up strong with his LMG suppressing fire. He grabs Prefontaine, and now he's got Tablet out. Naoko or Noman's going to be too far away. The cap's going to come out from Plenus. We could be seeing a Danglers win here on the cap, and he does get it. The Danglers are going to go up 4-2 on map number 1. And as Plenus says there, it is cap time, baby, as Danglers take the first map. But man, what a great game from both teams there. No qualms whatsoever about what's just happened. I think Blaze did a fantastic job of putting up a fight against Danglers. I mean, they came out and they just annihilated them in that first round. Danglers came back. You know, they were trading blows back and forth, defensive round win, but you know, overall, that defensive rotation was a little bit lacking, and that gave Plenus the ability to rotate in and get that cap. So kudos to both teams there, as we are not looking at a blowout, and I'm so happy to see that. We're going to go back to the war room real quick as we find out what our next map is going to be. Of course, as you can see on your screen, Bazaar and Cargo have already been banned. Dangler's first pick was Quarantine, which they were able to just barely squeak out with that cap there. And now it appears that we are going to Downfall. A little unsuspected. Hopefully the Danglers are ready for that. They're not slouches at Downfall by any means, but it's not necessarily a map they typically have to play much, as most people want to ban Tanker versus. See how that works out. Now, heading to Downfall for map number 2. And while they are waiting for their map to start, we'll give you guys all at home a little chance to take a peek at what we've got in store here on Downfall. Thank you, Durafin. I love you too, buddy. I'm just doing what I can to get the coverage. Thank you guys also for tuning in. I appreciate it. Glad to see the SMC boys in the house. Not too sure who you're rooting for. I feel like you're rooting for Blaze just because you want to see Danglers go down. But, you know, it's all in love. We love SMC over it. We love Blaze just as well. They're great guys. And we do enjoy bouncing ideas off of one another. Overall, it's a great relationship between just about every team in Onward Master League, and I hope that continues even as prizes and trips and things become, you know, more and more involved in our scene. But yeah, that, ladies and gentlemen, is Downfall. It is a long-range focus map with very little to almost no cover in certain areas. So the Danglers will have their work cut out for them ahead. As will Blaze, though Blaze, I feel, is probably the stronger team here on this map. They do play it a bit more often, and I have seen them do some amazing work on it. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are into round number 1 of map number 2. Danglers, or Blaze, I'm sorry, going to get the northwest spawn. Danglers baff off at each other with their pistols. Omen taking up an interesting angle as he pushes up to the north ridge line just south of the South Marsoc building. Looking for anybody maybe getting a bit aggressive and pushing out farther than they should. Now he's at Northwest Rocks and nothing is going to come of it. Birds, meanwhile, shoot at the north or the center hotel.
There's one behind, or west of, Butcher Shop.
Weller's got himself in a bit of a tight spot here as the members of Blaze have already picked out his location. Not going to have much in the way of being able to move around now that he's been kind of made, if you will. Weller just simply trying to stay alive as he watches the south approach onto the objective area. Nintendo got himself nicely into the ice cream truck building, or meat truck building, butcher's building, any of the number of different calls that every one of the teams has and expects me to use on a. He's in that building. And meanwhile, the rest of the team playing very tight on the objective. They do not want Blaze to be able to get here and get cap. Laugh at what I said, Llewellyn. That's not funny.
That's southwest ravine exit. He's up on the hill. Don't fire back.
Weller giving out very astute call-outs. He was able to determine Noman's position. I believe Noman. Yes, it was Noman. Hey, Noman! On the southwest ridgeline exit. But he did warn his team. He tells them not to fire, as it will only kind of expose them to that LMG that he is firing off right now. Weller able to find Prefontaine, though, in the center of the map. And the boys from Blaze have now put themselves in a nice position. Naoko using his shield as only one would expect from him. Linus going to see him in there, and now he's going to call that out to his teammates. Naoko going to have to be very careful as he's not going to have the range that he needs to get to that objective before the enemy team. Oh no, he's going to turn his back onto him. Meanwhile, Llewellyn's going to find Noman out in the south. Blaze are down to just 3 members as Danglers clean up the attackers as they push in towards this 2-story objective near the helicopter. Naoko able to give Too Old to game some intel on where Plenus is, and so Too Old is going to apply some suppression to that. Naoko teasing the members of Danglers with his push out of the West Red Truck building. He's taking pock shots with his pistol. Naoko, one of the few members that I've seen in the league be able to use the shield and do the reach around shot. Most members of the league will do the flick shot, as they like to call it, where they flick the shield down and quickly take a shot while the shield is not blocking their fire. But Naoko actually able to utilize a reach around technique and kill people that way, which is quite amazing because that's really difficult to do and be accurate. So Naoko's gonna push his way out towards the crater building. This could cause some problems for the Danglers, but Stumpy Nub is there on the objective, just looking out that western road. Plenus able to find Verds as he pushes through the center portion of the map, and Naoko's made his way now over to the crater building. What will he do now? Too Old and Plenus are going to trade. Now it's all up to Naoko, the shield bearer, as he goes, or attempts to go for the objective. Ribo Man now going to focus in on him. We could see the Danglers actually get very aggressive and put 2 or 3 men out towards him. A nice grenade comes out, but it is overthrown. And that one, another nice one. Had Naoko been outside and maybe turned like he is now, he might not have been able to do anything about that. Llewellyn going to throw one in. And it is also going to be ineffective. Naoko has himself pretty well locked up tight here in this room. Now smoked out, he's going to try and cover his position as he attempts to push in towards the objective. It would not surprise me to see that he picks up that smoke and keeps relocating it as he tries to push forward towards the satellite, the uplink dish there. Danglers definitely not going to make it easy on him as he tries to do this. Riboman now attempting to push out, but oh, look at this. Llewellyn's come around on a nice flank and able to take Naoko down with a nice shot to the back. And Danglers will go up 1 there on map number 2. So as we can see here from the kill board, as I like to call it, score in this game, you're scoring kills and scoring objectives. Anyways, Blaze only able to take down 1 member of Danglers, which was Plenus in a nice trade from Too Old. Meanwhile, on the Danglers, Llewellyn picking up 3, even after his position being compromised early on in the round. Also, Plenus able to take down 1. Why, oh why, not a 5th kill? Did see 5 kills in the gameplay, not see 5 kills on the scoreboard here, so that's interesting. Maybe one of the members of Blaze, no, everyone's got 1 death, so they didn't take lobby. Oh, very interesting. Maybe Nintendo dropped or Riboman. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not going to speculate because we do have a match to continue with. Hey, Purple Highway, nice to see you, buddy. Hope your game that you guys just finished up went well. Sorry I wasn't able to cast that one, but I just did so many Great Apes casts here in the last couple of weeks. I think I deserve to do someone else's game for one. Anyways, enough with my rambling. Like we have, man, I'm pretty good about this timing thing. We're going to have round number 2 now on map number 2. As Danglers go into a 1-point lead. Blaze going to be on the defense, though, and from what I've seen of Blaze on this map, they do a pretty damn good job of defending these objectives, so it'll be a task for Danglers to have to try and cap this one. Naoko going to take some early shots. He's going to have to hit the deck. Noman going to find Riboman real early, but the res is going to come in, and Plenus going to be credited with that one. I believe it was either Plenus or Ribo who was taking those initial shots at Naoko, and now he's going to be forced to crawl his way into his position. Danglers running a 4-man squad. Currently here in the south, they do have a man on the push, which is going to be Plenus. He's going to take the flank, and hopefully that'll pay off for him, so long as he doesn't have to put too many rounds out before he's discovered. Llewellyn takes some shots. Unfortunately, he gives away his position, and Naoko able to take advantage of that and get the kill with a nice headshot on Llewellyn. Dub and Riboman have now made their way to the center hotel. They have made some serious ground coverage. Stumpy going to grab Naoko. And Prefontaine going to be able to take down Stumpy. And Noman going to take down Plenus as he rushes just too quickly on his flank. It's now going to be a 3v4 with the Danglers down a man. Noman's going to grab Nintendo. Now it's just Stumpy and Riboman stuck on a rooftop. Riboman taking some shots at Noman and some great shots, but unfortunately just unable to connect. And then Noman is going to grab Stumpy. And if Riboman's not careful, Noman's going to grab him too, and this is going to be a very much one-sided match for Blaze. I was going to have a lot of work cut out for him, as he's going to now have to push through defenders who know where he is. He is able to take down Prefontaine in the bottom story of the of the helicopter building, but now he's going to be forced to rotate and try and push his way through Birds and through Too Old, who are now going to be on the rotation to try and pick him up. Can't focus too long on Noman's position up there. If he does, Too Old is going to be able to have the time that he needs to push that flank, and he's going to be able to take down Riboman with no questions. And you know what? It doesn't matter because Noman is going to take down Riboman with a nice, pretty little headshot. And Blaze is going to go up 1 and take the map to a nice tie at 1-1. Noman there really doing some fantastic work as he brings things in for his team. He's going to grab 4 kills in that round. Meanwhile, I believe Prefontaine takes. Naoko is going to be the other kill to put the Danglers out of commission in that round. So kudos to those guys. They did a great job. And now we will be seeing an interesting second objective for this map. It's going to be the multi-purpose building, the South Watch building, South headquarters. It's really just hard to tell with you guys what map it actually is, what round it actually is. But yeah. I knew when I said reach around that the chat was going to take that and run with it, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready to get into round number 3 of map number 2. Score is currently tied 1-1. Danglers on the defense, Blaze on the offense. So far in this map, we've seen the defense holding their ground as they battle it out. Their points. Map. Blaze doing an excellent job in the last round. Danglers also doing a pretty fantastic job in the first round on their defensive run. Personally, I hope they're able to take it in this round. However, Blaze not a force to be reckoned with, and they're going to get the quick spawn. The Danglers better get into position quickly, or they're going to be very much taken advantage of by this hard, aggressive push from Blaze. Folks are going to start to come out from Blaze as they want to try and push themselves up very close to the objective. Not sure if that's such a smart idea. Llewellyn's going to get caught out on a push. Noman's going to take down Plenus. Verz is going to grab Nintendo, and the only man left alive is Stumpy Nub on the objective, and he's going to have to get very, very skilled in order to try and take this out. Stumpy Nub's able to take down Noman, but he's got to be careful. Naoko's already made his way into the South Dumpster building. Oh, and Verz is able to take down Riboman on the rotation. It's a 1v4 here as Stumpy Nub tries his damnedest to hold off the Blaze offense. Ooh, Stumpy taking some shots from either Prefontaine or Too Old down in the west. Oh no, Verz is going to fire on Naoko. Stumpy Nub's going to hear the shots hitting, and now Naoko's going to give out all outs, giving Stumpy Nub more intel on his position. He's going to hear the rotation. Is Naoko going to be able to find him first? Stumpy needs to stop moving around so much. Naoko able to take down Stumpy Nub, and the Blaze are going to be able to take their next point and really put a hurting on Danglers, because now Danglers can no longer sit back and wait on the defensive win. They now have to win. They now have to win a Marsoc round in order for them to come back here. So, of course, as we've mentioned, a very good game overall so far. Very tight in the first map. Only reason that first map ending so quickly was Plenus just able to get in there and get that cap, ending the first map 4-2. Now we're here on map number 2, and Blaze has just won their first Marsoc round, giving them now the advantage, and they're going back onto defense. So if Danglers can't do anything here, Blaze are going to be able to sit back on their heels and take the second map, and we're going to go to 3 for the decider of the series. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going into round number 4 on map number 2. Going to be the same objective, obviously, the multi-purpose building. Danglers are going to get the far north hotel spawn, so this could spell trouble for them, as the Blaze will be able to get some sightlines on them rather quickly, in fact. But, you know, again, we've said it many times today, both in the first match that we cast, as well as this one, that anything can happen here in the Onward Master League. It just on coming. And Blaze definitely trying to take advantage of that elevation that they can get from being in the south side here. Putting a lot of shots out towards the offenders here very quickly. They are running a pretty risky forward defense. It has worked out for Blaze in the past. I don't know why I almost called the team Verds. But could also be very risky, as they could lose 2 of their top shooters very early on. And I know Verd's mom is in the chat, and just every time she sees Verds go down, it's just a terrible, terrible thing, and it's a hard feeling, because I'm sure she's got to hear about it later. But anyways, Llewellyn are able to take down 1 member of Blaze so far. Danglers are on a hot push at the moment, but Too Old to Game and Verd's going to be there to stop the push through the middle here very, very quickly. Stumpy Nub and Llewellyn need to be careful. Too Old to Game is in a position to stop both of their pushes if he feels got the shot. Ooh, Llewellyn taking a risk, and Too Old not able to see it though. He's definitely not watching it, but they need to check those rocks, that's for sure. Some shots are going to come out from Noman, I believe. Yes, Noman up on the hill by those rocks you'll see in the top center of your screen. But he's unable to connect. If anything, he is going to slow down the push from the Danglers offense, though, which will help, definitely. Too Old to Game is going to find Llewellyn as Llewellyn comes out, but Stumpy is going to hear it. And here comes the frag. And for some reason, that frag didn't kill him, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Too Old to Game picks up the frag on Stumpy, but is unaffected by the frag grenade which was thrown his way. Riboman able to see just the helmet of Too Old to Game as he moves back and forth along that wall, but right now, Blaze doesn't have a super strong south defense, so if these Marsoc members on Danglers can actually push their way down the western road and utilize their utility appropriately, they could be able to actually push their way up onto the objective building with very little opposition. We're down to just under 3 minutes as the Danglers are going to try and get their way out of this kill box that they've gotten themselves into. Too Old to Game trying to throw a frag too far to explode. He's going to not have any effect on it. That's going to be a wasted utility. Riboman's going to take some shots from what I believe is going to be Verds in the south bungalow. Plenus has now made his way into the center hotel objective, and he's going to have a new angle to be able to try and capitalize on to clear out Verds and or Too Old. Bird's going to see Plenus at the Center Hotel first floor. He's going to put some shots on him, but none of those are going to connect. Nintendo going to try and return some fire in order to help give Plenus the opportunity to move. Ribo, man, he's going to push himself up to the second deck. He's going to try and hopefully get a shot onto Birds, and Ribo Man does find Birds with a nice headshot, and he's cleared up the south end. They've got 2 old as well. It's now down to 2 members of Blaze, and one very close to objective, the other going to be quite far. In fact, Prefontaine going to have to take the blunt of this Danglers offense, but we'll see how things work out for him, as there are still 3 members of Danglers and quite a lot of utility left to be used. Noman from the North Marsoc 2 story, able to take down Nintendo with a nice headshot from long range. Riboman going to return the suppressive fire, and Plenus going to try and do what he can to get his move on while the coast is reasonably clear. Plenus, he's going to go for it. Cheeky little Breekster's got his tablet out, 2 old. Prefontaine's going to fire out the wrong time. Plenus going to get caught out here. Yes, he is, and Blaze is going to win as Noman picks up Riboman, and Prefontaine grabs Plenus there at the end. Blaze looking strong here on Downfall. They're going to go up 3-1 here against Danglers on Downfall. And for those of you who are just tuning in here on Onward Master League 1, I know some of you will be coming over from the Onward Master League 2 where the G-Men Phoenix game was just being cast. Welcome, of course. We have here, it's map number 2 of the series. Danglers winning the first one, Quarantine 4-2 with an impressive cap from Plenus. Blaze now taking the lead here on Downfall 3-1. Danglers really need this defensive round to stay themselves in this map. But we want to thank you for coming back over for some of this late night Sunday Onward action. We've cast 3 games on top of one another here this evening, and old Sleepy's getting a little worn out. Luckily, his loving girlfriend brought him a nice glass of wine to cast the second match with. And also, I forgot, it's round 5 of map 3. It's all in good fun, Bird's mom. It's all in good fun.
They spawned Marsoc ones in the center, heading towards, he just ran behind South Shack.
Weller, aka King of the Callouts, just calling out all the right information this map. Unfortunately, it hasn't always led to the Danglers being able to take the win, but he was able to call out the Marsoc spawn. He was able to call out one of the members pushing through the middle, which I'm going to assume is Noman. Far so good. First minute and 10 seconds in, and no shots fired as of yet. As you can see, we do have the ice cream truck, butcher truck. Again, one-story helicopter, whatever you call it in your respective teams. Objective. Not going to be an easy one to cap. It will take almost every member being dead and a lot of smokes being put out in order to cap this objective. Unless they're able to come in from the north side, but I see that as not being very likely, as they're going to have to push through some very open space here in the north to be able to get themselves into position to do that. But damn it if Verds and Naoko aren't going to try. Out from, I believe, Woman's position, try and push up through some very open terrain here. Gonna have to be careful as, oh, it looks like Prefontaine is taken down by Plenus, so it wasn't Noman that was taken down, but a member of his team was Plenus with a nice pick there. He is unaware that Naoko and Verds now making their way very close to the helicopter building. Iboman sitting himself on Point Nintendo in the first floor of the Center Hotel. Like we're just waiting for that right time cue for things to pop off. As Blaze typically playing their attacks similar to the side of the Europeans, not so much in the fact that they're slow, or the fact that they get to a certain cue in the time and then they push very coordinated. A lot of smokes will come out, a lot of grenades will start to come out. They will all push in from their respective positions, and if you can look at the map, they're very well coordinated. The only person who's out ahead of the rest is Naoko, and you know, that's probably because that's his job. Meanwhile, though, the rest of the team in great coordinated positioning. Riboman gonna find Naoko on the rotation. I believe Stumpy Nub was able to call that out. Plenus dumps a flash out the window just to guarantee that nobody else is lost in the trade. So Danglers doing what they can now. It's 5v3. They're going to do what they can to try and salvage this Discord, this defensive map, so that they can stay alive here on Downfall. Shots will ring out from Too Old to Game, but no connections made. Could be a suppressive ability in order to allow Noman here in the center by the helicopter to push up, but Noman's going to have to be careful. Of course, here in the 1.3 and after updates, that fire from the helicopter is going to give you some damage. Has played it well, and he's going to slowly sneak his way through, and well, I thought he was going to be able to actually sneak past the Danglers defense and get himself in there for the cap, but Plenus able to see it. He takes him down. Now the smokes are coming out from Blaze, and Nintendo's going to find Verds with a nice headshot. Sorry, Mama Verds. And meanwhile, Too Old is going to go for a revive on Prefontaine, but he gets there too late. He let him bleed out for too long, and now it's just Too Old to Game by himself. And Plenus drops Too Old to Game with a nice headshot from across map. And Danglers grab their second point here on Downfall. So if we take a look at the scoreboard here after 5 rounds, yes, 5 rounds, you will see Noman doing an impressive job, carrying 7 kills throughout this map. Naoko, Too Old, both tied at 3, so doing their part. Prefontaine not quite getting the kills that I'm sure he's used to, with only 1 here, and Verds getting 2 of his own. Meanwhile, on the Danglers, Plenus carrying the team right now with 5 kills. Riboman and Llewellyn both with 3, and Stumpy and Nintendo with 2. So the kills a little bit more evenly spread on the Danglers side, but Blaze overall with well more kills based on their round wins. So goes to them. They're playing a great game, and this is turning out to be a great series overall. Right, and here we go. We're going into round number 6. Man, they are really fighting it out for this one. Round number 6 of map number 2. Blaze still have the advantage here over Danglers 3-2, and this will be map point for them if they can hold this objective.
Pop the trucks. You want me to give up our spawn for a bit?
If it's a
Anglers are going to get the northeastern spawn. They're going to push their way quite rapidly down the hill. One man going to stay behind, though. It looks like Plenus going to try and maybe divert some attention later on, but Danglers being very risky right now, running straight out through the open, not really giving themselves much cover, but man, they've gained some massive amount of ground already. And that's where that aggression will assist you. Unfortunately, if you're not careful, it will also very much hurt you. So now pushing his way up a little bit late. Noman kind of biding his time. I think he saw Nintendo, but he's not taking the shots. Want to draw the Danglers in a little bit closer. Nintendo's going to watch the window. Noman in out, but not sure if he didn't see him or if he's just not going to be able to shots. Here's a cheeky little trick. He's going to try and prone up to the window. Going to prone under the window, I see. Very nice, Noman. A great strategy there. Also would have been nice for you if you would have proned under the window and then just popped up from the middle. I think you might have caught some of the guys off guard there. But now Stumpy Nub's going to push his way down into the crater. Take a look at the overhead map. The Danglers bunched pretty well together. There's not much of a nice tightening noose that you like to see from attacking teams there, but we'll see how effective it is. Meanwhile, the defense is quite tight on the objective. I think now they know that they've just got to win this map, so there's no real risk in running a super tight defense. No need to play aggressively out into the open and put yourself at risk for being taken down and not able to support your team. So I think that's a smart call on their part. Obviously, they don't want to give up any rounds that they don't need to. Danglers already having a point advantage so far. Noman is going to grab Plenus. Plenus rotates down from the hillside. And to put some shots towards Noman, but is unable to connect. Stumpy Nub, though, is going to find Naoko on the ice cream truck. Riboman has now gotten himself quite close to Noman and Prefontaine here. If I were Ribo, I might try and put a grenade or even a flashbang in that window because he knows they're there. Noman giving a call out. Ribo definitely going to hear that. Ribo checking the ground floor first. Quite stealthily, so he's not giving away too many audible clues. And Riboman and Noman are going to trade. Riboman's down. Noman is completely out of the fight. And Danglers have 3.5 versus, well, now 3. 3-3. And the smokes are coming out as the Danglers attempt to push their objective. Birds able to snag Llewellyn. Danglers down to 2 members now, and it is Nintendo and Stumpy Nub. Stumpy Nub should be aware that Prefontaine's in this building. Oh, no, but he's not aware he was downstairs. He just heard the shots. Oh, but he should hear those footsteps. Nintendo wrap around the other side of the building a bit. Oh, man, everyone just missing each other by milliseconds here. Prefontaine. Stumpy Nub going to be pushing around. He's checking for the angles. He wants to find that other guy. He knows there's one in there. He just doesn't know where he is. Goodness gracious, Stumpy Nub. I can't follow you. You're going on these weird routes. Still too old to game is going to be a tough one to pick out, but his position can be compromised if they're able to take down Fontaine and Verds. They are able to get behind that wall. Too old's not going to be able to see them. I have a feeling Prefontaine is going to grab Nintendo because neither of them know that he's in that base of the building. Jumping up, here's the shots. He grabs Prefontaine. This is looking good for Danglers. Too old, though. He's going to try and put out shots, but they're not effective. Another smoke's going to come onto the objective. Birds is going to grab Nintendo, and it's now Stumpy Nub versus 2. As the Danglers push for their life on this final round here at Downfall. Stumpy Nub, is he going to hear Verds pushing in? I don't think he did. So smoky, we can't even see the outcome. Oh, Stumpy able to go prone past Verds. As long as the smoke holds up, it'll work for him, but... Oh, but the second it fades and Verds comes out and gets the kill. The boys from Blaze quite excited with that one. So as we take a look at our score line, it's all tied up in the points. And I'm sorry, folks. I screwed up that that scoreboard. I'll get that fixed for you here momentarily. So map number 1 was Quarantine. Was Downfall. And we'll take a look back at our scoreboard, where it's now accurate as to what the round is actually reflecting. Oh, and interesting. Just a moment, we will go into the war room and we'll let you know last map is going to be that right about now. The last map. And of course, any of you out there who know this probably was going to happen when Blaze did not ban it, the last map is going to be Tanker. Danglers typically going to be felt on the advantage here, as this is probably one of, if not their favorite map. So Blaze going to have to be very careful here. However, not a map that is necessarily just a cakewalk either. The objectives don't always lend themselves to the attackers, sometimes definitely more defendable, but never know. You just never know. And as the teams finish up their 3-round start, we'll give you guys an insight into Tanker a little bit. That is Tanker. Right, so we should be getting into things here in any moment. Angler is going to be on Marsoc on the attack here for the first objective. Blaze on defense, and the first objective is going to be the cabin hold on the top deck of the ship. I've not seen Blaze play this map too much, so I'm not quite sure what to expect from them. I believe the time I did see them play it, maybe they were playing Ember. Maybe it was Ragnarok. I'm not sure. I have seen them play it once before, but not typically too much. So I'm gonna fly on over here to watch how the attackers handle this map. And of course, if you're just tuning in, this will be round number 1 of map number 3. Right now, the series and the points both tied 1-1, 6-6. 4-2 for the Danglers on the first map, Quarantine, and then 4-2 for Blaze on the second map, Downfall. Now it's going to be up to Danglers to win this series out here on Tanker. Typically their preferred and favorite map. Blaze, just kind of the unknown variable here. We don't quite know how this will actually play out. Oh, and that's not good. A smoke bouncing off the deck. Noman here is going to pick up. No, Nintendo going to be aware of that type of position and be ready for that frag. Stumpy Nub is inbound inside the ship now. Not ready, going to grab Stumpy. The frag not going to do anything for him. Rybo, though, going to be able to come in and take down Not Ready. Rybo's in a position where he should be able to cap this objective, and it does look like he is. Nintendo and Rybo both with tablets out. And Rybo not going to get the cap, but he's able to get a refrag. That was pretty nice. That's a quick tablet throwaway there. And now it's just Verds and Rybo Man, and they're literally just feet from one another. Uh-oh, and a bad frag comes out from Verds. Luckily, he's able to escape, and Rybo's able to escape the room as he quickly runs away. Rybo should have the eye on Verds, and he does. Dangler's going to take the first round. And woo! As a member of Danglers who is really hoping that this goes the way of his team, that had me on edge. Good play, though, overall from both teams. Again, I am doing my best to try and remain unbiased here. But, you know, I can't just forget about the fact that I am a Danglers player. I do want my guys to win, especially because the MMR hit from losing to Blaze would be a little bit greater than, say, SMC or Animal House or some of the guys who are a little bit higher up on the ranking tiers. But you know what? If Blaze were to win, congratulations to them, because, you know, they've been improving greatly, and I do not want to take that away from them. They are a good squad, and I think by the end of this season or even next season, they're going to be fighting it out in the top 5 of the US rankings or even possibly worldwide rankings. I mean, these guys have done a lot of work and have improved drastically over the last and a half, I'd say. Right, and so that will bring us into round 2. We should be seeing that at any time. Last round only going about 1 minute and 30 seconds, so pretty impressive from both teams. I mean, it wasn't just that the offense laid everyone out very quickly. It's actually a fact that both teams were just fragging the hell out of each other as they pushed and defended the objective. Now we see Naoko spawning in here, round number 2, map number 3, with his shield. That is going to be something that the Danglers better be careful of, because Naoko and Blaze in general have quite a few members who are very skilled with that shield, and Naoko, one of them. Three members of Blaze are going to go downstairs rather than attacking from the top deck. Dangler's not going to have a man ready for it downstairs, but it looks like maybe Llewellyn is going to have eyes on the back steps. However, tough with Naoko bringing a shield to the party. Linus able to grab and confirm too old. Here comes Naoko with a great kind of knocked smoke grenade, and now Stumpy confirms not ready. It's only up to the members here on the base of the steps here on the back side of the ship. Weller able to grab Naoko. The shield has been decimated. Nintendo going down from Noman. Now it's all up to Llewellyn. All he has to do is kill the last member of Blaze, who has retreated quite quickly, in fact. to the front side of the ship. Danglers only losing one in this entire round so far. Bird's gonna have to get creative now. Pushes his way back up. Underneath. Time for a little loot and scoot as Verd's gonna rearm himself with a plethora of smoke. Well, I guess to just distract the other team because he's gonna take off and go somewhere else. Camera work, it's kind of hard to navigate these tunnels down here with a camera that can't go through walls. Ghost. Bird's now gonna continue his push. Down and then up and then down and back up. He's like a roller coaster, folks. I don't know which way he's gonna go next, but it's exciting nonetheless. Ribo Man getting a little antsy, almost took down Stumpy Nub there. It's all on Verds here as he goes up the northern side of the ship. Sail across the icy blue waters of the North Atlantic. Similar to how the Titanic 19 and oh, we have a little downtime. Thank you, Landon Jordan, for that Twitch Prime subscription. We do, of course, appreciate any of that love you guys can send. Of course, we do have the Twitch channel that you can follow and subscribe to. We also have a YouTube channel where you can watch all the VODs after the fact in an uninterrupted fashion. You can also like and subscribe to us there, but I want to give a shout out to that. And of course, if you do have Amazon Prime, you do get one free channel subscription with Twitch Prime a month. So we always appreciate it, you sharing that with us. So Landon, thanks again, buddy. Bird's trying to make his way now. Smart move. He's ducked himself under the window. Riboman attempting to kind of wait for him in the capable room here. Ribo just holds still and doesn't get antsy. He should have what it takes to be able to take down Verds. We've got 2 minutes left on the clock. Defense setting strong with 4 members, and poor Verds is just by himself, unfortunately. That window. Gonna get real now. Take all the buttons and fanciness off. All out from Weller. Nope. Stumpy Nub. Now gonna try and move. Unfortunately, it's that Verds is gonna have his work cut out for him. He's got to get through 4 members of the defense, but he is going to find Ribo here. And nope, not Stumpy. Stumpy's gonna have picked up Naoko's shield from down below, and that's now what's going to happen. What's going to come out here? Oh, it's a frag. That one. And as he rotates, Verd's going to be taken out by Nintendo here in the storage compartment. That'll give Danglers a 2-0 lead here on the final map. Tanker, they are on their way clinching the series, but Blaze definitely not been any joke here. Miracle Dev, thank you so much for those bits. Appreciate you cheering on. Well, I don't know what you're cheering on. You could be cheering me on. You could be cheering the teams on. I don't know. But you know what? Thanks for them anyways. We do appreciate the support. we're going to move on to second objective. Oh boy, is this a dangerous one. Going to be on the eastern side of the top deck. It's a pretty open objective, and it does allow for some pretty quick spawns, so we'll just have to see how Blaze defends, how Danglers attack, and vice versa once the next round starts. And here we go. Round 3. Map number 3.
And they probably will.
Linus being very animated as per usual as the Danglers get ready for their quick push. Danglers throwing out quite a bit of smokes onto the objective. Too Old's gonna find Riboman, Stumpy's gonna find Noman, and Nintendo's gonna find Not Ready. Blazer already down 2 members, and Too Old's gonna revive Noman. Bird's gonna grab Nintendo with a frag. Great frag actually by him. And Naoko's gonna be able to revive Not Ready. Now Blaze is up to all 5 members, and Llewellyn pushing up underneath. Llewellyn grabs Naoko. Gonna come up, he's gonna find Not Ready as well. Plenus gonna get taken down by Verds, and it's just gonna leave Nintendo and Llewellyn to take things down. Too Old's gonna grab Llewellyn. It's now up to Nintendo. This is not looking good for Danglers. Blaze just putting up a great fight, and Noman finally taking down Nintendo for Blaze to grab their first point on the map. And that ending in just 49 seconds. As expected, though. I didn't give anything away, but I mean, I kind of saw that. Not the Blaze winning part, but just the push from the Danglers. Yeah, and we've still got ourselves quite a hell of a matchup here. Verds, Mama Verds, you just need to be so proud right now. He has got 6 kills all to himself. Matter of fact, I think there might be a lesson in sharing that we missed growing up. But you know what? In this game, it doesn't matter. You don't need to share, but it is better if your team can cover each other's backs. But Verd's definitely carrying a lot of the load here for Blaze. Llewellyn picking up most of the kills for Danglers right now, but Rivalman and Nintendo not far behind him. So we're all a pretty balanced game both ways. And man, such a good one we've got here tonight, folks. Right, and here we go. We're into the next round now. Be round number 4. Map number 3, and it's now Dangler's turn to defend this objective. Danglers showing that no matter what's going on, they are nothing but fun. That's all they really care about is having that fun. A lot of smokes are coming out from the Blaze members. Stumpy Nub's gonna find one, but he's gonna get refragged quickly from Noman. Someone needs to double tap his kill, but it's not gonna matter because Naoko's gonna get revived, and Blaze are gonna be up 5 members now. Dangler's only with 4. A frag gonna come out from Llewellyn. It's not going to quite be cooked long enough. Oh, and it does. Llewellyn grabs one and then downs the other. Bird's going to come in and pick up Llewellyn. And now he's going to rotate back and grab Too Old. This is not looking good for Danglers. It's just Riboman now left. He picks up Not Ready. And Birds revives Too Old. It's a 1v2 here, and Riboman is all by himself to defend this objective. Not looking good for him. Frag goes out from Riboman. It doesn't quite go far enough to catch Verds, but it was a good attempt. Riboman sees one of his teammates. Oh, I thought he was actually going to pick up that frag laying there on that body, but it appears not. Not good. Blaze can actually utilize this positioning to split up and pincer Riboman here on the objective. The best thing they could do would actually be to go downstairs, in my opinion, and pincer that way, come up very quietly, because they could come out this door and up to this objective with tablet already out and completely blindside Riboman here. Riboman gonna take some suppressive shots and move on, but he's got a frag and he's gonna throw it. Is it gonna get one? It gets Verds. My God, what a beautiful long-range frag there from Riboman. I mean, call it what you want, biased or not, but that was a good frag. And does anyone have the utility to be able to revive him? No, I believe Too Old doesn't have a syringe, as he used his to revive another, and then he probably had, and then I believe Verds was the one who revived Too Old, so now it's going to be all up to Too Old, as there is no more reviving utility available, unless he's able to scavenge one of his dead teammates. Oh, he's going to actually grab one from a defender, so a smart play by him there. A long way back to his teammate. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. Blaze don't have too much concern to worry about as far as time goes. But either one of them takes a frag or takes one too many bullets and they are done for, headshot or not. Ribo finds Too Old out of position and he grabs the frag there. Verds hears the shots, but he doesn't have a line of sight on it. I'll put some more shots out just for confirmation. Verds. Take things vertical. Don't stay on this top deck. Y'all thought he was gonna go downstairs though, huh? Anyways, Verds is going to be now the only member left, as per usual here on Tanker for Blaze. Got to deal with Riboman. He's got a good line of sight as long as Ribo doesn't get too antsy and push out of that container. Oof. Verds and Ribo sit in a tree. And Danglers win the trade. Riboman takes the Danglers up 3-1. But honestly, that literally could have been anybody's trade there. No way that could have been anything different than. So now, unfortunately, because we are on 1.3 and we are not playing on a 1.4 build tonight, we will have a repeated objective, unfortunately. Not something that I am a fan of per se, but so while they're doing their strat planning, why don't we take a look at the overall scoreboard in case those of you are coming in later. We're very close right now. Danglers up in score 9-7. The maps are tied. This is the decider. If Danglers can win this round, they take the map and they'll take the series. If not, Blaze going to be needing a defensive hold plus a cap to take this out from under the Dangler's nose. So we'll see what happens, but right now, this is one match I'm glad I definitely picked up. And Mr. Beefy, thank you for your Twitch your Twitch subscription. You know what? Just thank you for subscribing, okay? That's all I can get out right now. It's over for me, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. Here we go. Round number 5 of map number 3. It's coming down to the wire as the Danglers and Blaze battle it out to see who's going to take the MMR in the series. Just letting out his very polemical statements here early on in the round. Danglers going to run a pretty similar offense as to what they did before. But I think Blaze going to play it a little closer to the vest here with a tight on defense. Not going to be trying to give up any ground other than the ground up to the main superstructure here on the USS Inferno. Riboman's going to run in. He's not going to find Not Ready. Or will he? He does! Oh my goodness. A miracle in Not Ready. Not able to see him, which is pretty insane, in fact. Riboman's going to grab Verds now, and he's going to come pad out. He's on the objective. And Cap here, if they don't get someone in time, Noman's going to come and take a peek in the window. Oh, and he's going to grab a nice little reach-in kill. That's good playing from him. Too Old's going to run to put the pressure on Plenus, but he's going to get taken down. The refrac's going to come out, and Danglers gonna win the map, gonna win the match, gonna win the world.